All right, go ahead and put your finger on the word chunking on that page. See it? See in a couple of places. So I'm going to show you guys how to use this method of factoring by chunking. It works only in particular cases, and I'm actually going to show you that even if you don't see it, you can still do the problem. So let's split this in half. On this side, I'm going to show you guys chunking. And how would I define chunking? Chunking factoring. Try to focus. It is a GCF of the first two terms. Chunking is equal to the greatest common factor of the first two terms, not all of them. Put your finger on the first two terms. Right there. If I do a think out loud or think to myself, this is an odd number, this is an even, this is an odd. They do not have a number in common. They don't have a greatest common factor. But in the yellow box, they do. Partner A whisper to partner B, what's the greatest common factor? Angel C, what's the greatest common factor in the yellow box? 5. 5 and an X, right? Okay, watch what I'm going to do. I'm saying that this is equal to this. So 5x squared, because class, what's 5x times 5x? 25x squared. Something times 5x equals 20x. What is that? 4. And I'm going to put down this minus 21. And for those who go on to more math, basically what this is you can write above chunking. This is actually a substitution. So the math gets so complicated, you just have to do side problems. So our substitution is going to be 5x is equal to your favorite shape. I'm going to choose a box. Every time I see 5x, I can write a box. Class, I see 5x. What can I write there? Box squared plus 4 box minus 21. Why did we do that? Now we have an easier problem to use the X method of factoring. Class, what's A times C? And class, my B value? It's 4. Partner B tell partner A, what are the two numbers? What are the two numbers that go there? Tony?
Yeah. 7 and -3.
Because my A value is now equal to 1, pay attention, I can just put these two numbers in here, 7 and -3. So I have box, 7 is positive, times box minus 3. In class, what is the box equal to? 5x. So my answer is 5x plus 7, 5x minus 3. Here we just factored. Now, this is not the complete problem, but I just wanted to box that because we completed a part we factored. Use chunking to factor. So chunking is basically a substitution or a greatest common factor of the first two terms. Then it tells you to identify the zeros. That's another way of just saying solve it. Solve quadratics means you're taking your factors and you set them equal to 0. Last period, someone said, Mr. Ng, we divide by 5 on both sides. Is that true, class? No. What do you do first?
make x a 1.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen this, I want to show this to you. To simplify, you are actually going down on PEMDAS. But when you are solving, you go this direction. So the student didn't know that last period, and so instead of dividing by 5, you're going to do A and S first. So subtract 7, add 3. I get 5x equals negative 7. 5x equals 3. Class, how do I get rid of the 5s there? Now we divide. You see that? Going this way. X equals negative 7/5. X equals 3/5. And then it says to, so we factored it by chunking. That's my answer in blue. Solving it, I set equal to 0. I got the red. And now we're going to make a sketch. So negative 7/5. 3/5. And then minus 21. That's here. Let's write those numbers down. And remember, the midpoint between those 2 points is your axis of symmetry. So the y-intercept is not the minimum. It's probably going to look something like this. So there is chunking, solving, and then making a sketch. But what happens if you look at this problem and you don't see a chunk? So I'm actually going to show you no chunking or no chunk, and I'm going to call this just X box. And let's see if what we already know gets us the same answer, but is a little bit more familiar to you. I'm going to rewrite the problem. And let's do that together. You might need your calculators. Class, what is A times C? (25 times negative 21? Thank you, Angel. Negative 525. Class, what's your B value? 20. We need to think of all the numbers that multiply to be negative 525. Feel free to use your calculators or the ones in your heads. Yeah, what are your two numbers? $15 and is it 35?
45. No, 35, yeah, 35.
So I have 35 and 15. How about 5? So I'm going to do 525 divided by 5. Just get a couple of numbers out there. Well, we only have two combinations there. Class, which one works? First one here. Partner B, tell partner A which one is negative and why. Class, which one is negative?
15.
Now, question. I'm going to ask the question and then just show me your thumbs. Should I put 35 and negative 15 into my factors? Show me your thumbs. That's a no, right? Because you only use the x when a is equal to 1. But when a is greater than 1, you have to use both the x and the box. Say that again. Class, is this number bigger than 1?
Yes.
You have to do both. Yes, very good. Okay. Now, if you don't understand that trick, if a is equal to 1, you can actually use both still x and the box. The shortcut is when a is equal to 1, you only have to use the x. Okay, let's fill this out together. Let's pretend you've never seen this before. Some of you have seen this before. Class, what goes in the very top left box always?
X squared.
The first term. So that would be 25x squared. Always. Class, what goes in these two boxes? We're basically splitting the middle term, 20x, which is 35x and negative 15x. So you have to add an x there. They will always go in these positions. Now, you can always switch the orders. You can have 35x and negative 15. And then, class, what always goes in the bottom right? Negative 21. Okay, with your partner, go ahead and take 30 seconds. I want you guys to find the things on the outside of the box. Ready, set, go. Daphne, what did you get on the top here?
5x minus.
Thank you. And Elijah, absent. Natalie, R. What did you get on this side? Out here? Yep. 5x times 5x is 25x squared. So we have 5x plus 7 and 5x minus 3. Oh, look at that. It's the same.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, let's review. You can factor this problem in two ways, chunking or Xbox. You can set it equal to 0. They'll be the same, right? And then you can solve it to make a sketch.